Hello everyone, as you're all aware, the Tides of Torment embargoes start dropping as from the 15th of November all the way up to the release date. So I wanted to do this little video to talk and explain around my release plans throughout it, so you can get the usual information and transparency that you're used to when it comes to this. So on the 15th of November is the battle embargo. This is when I can show off the units and I can also do some battles. And what I'm going to be doing here is I've recorded a series of battles, some of them quite short, some of them quite long. It does depend on, well, how the battle plays out. But one thing I do talk about a lot is campaign stuff. I can't do campaign stuff so far, and I've realized I don't really talk a lot about multiplayer, the issues with multiplayer or whatever, right? But the only way I can talk about that is by gaining knowledge on that specific scene. So I am going to actively try and take part in multiplayer stuff from now on. Hopefully it all goes well, and yeah, there might be a few bumps in the road as I learn how to do the multiplayer stuff, but this is my intention, and yeah, any advice would be wonderful. From here we'll jump onto the usual 2 to 3 videos per day, so I've got the different units for the factions and a number of different battles. A few with Sinesh because, well, bias, but hey, you can't blame me for that, right? As from the 22nd of November, we have the FLC embargo. These are Saturdays, by the way, which is odd, but we do have a lot longer than usual when it comes to embargoes, which is kind of nice. So during this embargo, we can show off the mask and all FLC content, so reworks for Norska, the High Elves, the update to the Sinesh stuff. Again, the plan here is around 2 to 3 videos a day, with sometimes likely a 4th. It does depend. I am working quite heavily to get these done. But there is a lot to talk about, as you can imagine, and at this point, streams will also begin. I don't feel like there's a point streaming during the battle embargo, because it's mostly just like unit testing and battles and stuff, and I need to get used to the battle format before I can start streaming there. Streams will be done on twitch.tv/thegreatbookofgrudges, and I'll probably dedicate one day to each legendary lord. So one day for Frog, one day for the mask, one day for Tyrion, blah blah blah. Just the usual. All videos will drop around the embargo time, so that would be 3 PM UK. But when it comes to streaming, I will likely start earlier on the days after the embargo, right? So I can get like some more time and you guys can be able to talk more and voice what you see, the usual. On the 29th of November, another Saturday, this is when I can start showing off the DLC stuff. So that would be Sail, Dakala, and Aisling. That's the last major content drop there, so it should be fairly straightforward. I've got a few video ideas over there, and it's going to be mostly focused around that and just talking about loads of things regarding the campaigns. Streams, once again, will start for those factions as soon as the embargo drops, and then we'll be alternating between different characters, all the usual stuff there, right? And finally, on the 3rd of December, so this is going on to next month, we have the review embargo, which I normally do, and it's usual. I won't do a review unless I have at least 100 hours on a DLC, so that means I have been able to explore everything. I won't say how many hours I put into it so far, because I'm fairly sure that I'm not allowed to until the review embargo, but I will be posting the total playtime before starting and then on the moment that I'm hitting render for the embargo itself. So you will be transparent enough. Unlike game journalist websites and so on, I like to make sure that I've had a decent amount of time on a DLC, because at the end of the day, Total War is a large game. A certain amount of hours needs to be done to be able to explore it, to go yeah, okay, this is good, or this isn't good, because there is a lot, right? And it's 3 races overall, a number of factions that are being hit. So yeah, with the release day being on the 4th of December, on the same day as Total War's big spectacular. I don't know what CA has planned for it, or if we're taking part in that. It's the first time I think they've done something like this. But yeah, generally, that's my rest day, unless we get asked to take part, but who knows. My main thing is, by that point, you guys would have had so far around, my current plan's around 40-ish or more videos. It does depend, because I'm still adding to the list as I'm recording, editing, and then rendering. But now you know the content plan, so if there's something that you're particularly interested in, you can give that a watch. If there's not, then you're fine. I won't give out what video goes where, mostly because I'm not going to lie, the embargo is tomorrow, as with the time we're recording this video, and I am like doing the calendar now, like what goes where and who goes where and all the usual. It's been a weird one. For those wondering, I did say, and in one of the videos I did say that I'm in the process of moving. I am not moving. There has been an issue with HMRC where they approved the transfer of residence and so on, but it was set in the past. Yeah, so unless I have a time machine, I'm not going to be able to be there. So I'm waiting for new forms to be done. I've already spoken to someone, so at this point, it's going to happen post-move, which is probably going to be a blessing because I've been stressed out non-stop. So yeah, this is going to be better overall. But yeah, have a great day, guys. I'll see you all again tomorrow, and yeah, there'll be quite a lot to go for. See you soon.